Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks, and we are learning global perspectives these days. We are learning certain skills that which are really very much necessary to be having with you for the sake of attempting the three components of global perspectives. That is the written exam, component one, component two, that is the individual report, and component three, that is the team project. All those skills, they collaboratively develop your sense towards research, towards the perspectives around the globe, and finding out the causes and consequences, and to draw some viable solution towards those issues which the world is facing these days. So we are learning these skills one by one, and today we are going to talk about the critical thinking skills leading to the analytical skills, and then that might be leading you towards the solution of any of the issues you might be discussing. So first of all, again a reminder, do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks, as Raja Umar speaks for you on my channel RU Speaks. So be with me so that you may be having really good stuff for you for the sake of your better learning of global perspectives and Pakistan studies side by side. After completing these skills practice, I will switch to the second component, I mean the component two of Pakistan studies, that is geography, and I will work on the power sources, and then I'll talk about the agriculture unit, the most important ones. And now coming back to my topic today, here we have the developing critical skills among the students, that how critical skills can be developed and how they will help the students to learn the subject of global perspectives really very effectively. So developing critical analysis skills for IGCSE global perspectives. This presentation focuses on building robust critical analysis skills. These are essential for success across all IGCSE Global Perspectives components. Outcomes include enhanced research, collaboration, and communication abilities. So all these things what you need to be having for the sake of really good attempt of IGCSE Global Perspectives, the whole of the subject across the three components, you should be having those skills, very specially out of them, that is the critical analysis. So moving on, that we are going to talk about the components of first, to define what is critical analysis. Critical analysis has 5 stages, and we start with identification, and that's why we have already done the identification skills over there in our first skills lesson. I have already uploaded on my channel. So first you can just watch that video explaining the how to develop the identification skills in you, and then we can switch to the next one, that is the critical analysis. And then I have also uploaded the information skills, that how do you have the information skills, and then identifying certain information out of that information, and then you are supposed to be on the critical analysis skills, and the first one is the identification. So you should be having the skill of identification in the first stage, and then you are supposed to analyze that information what you have got out of that identification. Then evaluation, that what in what way the things are moving. So that would be really very important, that you will be able to find out that whatever the information you have got, and you have identified this information, this information, this information, and then you will analyze over here in your mind that, and then you will evaluate that which information is really very much important and effective, authentic and reliable. Then you will synthesize the things, you will make the bonds of the certain information you will get, and then you will try to reach out the conclusion out of those that information after analysis and evaluation, and after synthesis you will be able to draw the conclusion, and then you will be able to have the better communication on the basis of all these things, that you will have the information, you will have the identification, you will have the analysis of that one, you will have the evaluation with you, you will have the synthesis skill with you, and then you will be able to communicate well regarding that information with the people or with the audience. So critical analysis is the objective evaluation and synthesis of information. It involves navigating complex global issues, moving beyond surface understanding to reasoned judgment. Not only knowing is the issue, everyone knows that. Whatever the issue is there, if you go to a layman, some to some shopkeeper, he knows many of the global issues, many of the local issues, many of the national issues. He will discuss with you. So knowing about something is not an issue. Everyone knows that. But what is most important thing? That you are supposed to be reaching some reasoned judgment, some conclusion, some solution to the issue. This skill helps you understand multiple viewpoints of any of the issues, and that would be really very helping in reaching out some conclusion of the issue. So identify and understanding the information. Now we are studying these 5 things one by one. Number 1, identify. Number 2, analyze. Number 3, evaluate. Number 4, synthesize. And number 5, that is communication. So the first one, that is the identify. So here we have part 1, identifying and understanding the information. Skill focus: recognizing arguments, evidence, and different perspectives. That whatever the information is given to you, you should be having the knowledge or the skill in you to identify that which sentence is related to the global perspective, which sentence is the national perspective, which sentence is the local perspective, or which sentence is the personal perspective of that person who has given that argument. In the same way, you should be having some knowledge that which information is the cause of that issue, which information given over there is the consequence, and which one is explaining certain possible course of action of that issue. So this is how you should be having this skill focus, that you should be knowing that there should be different perspectives identification over there in that information given. Questions to ask: what is the author's main claim? What is the source given? What type of evidence is used? And what implicit assumptions exist over there in that information? So this is how you will be able to identify these things out of that information. Well, what is the main claim? What actually the author wants to convey the issue to you? Whether there are certain sources available in that one or not, and what types of evidences the author has presented in the information, and what implicit assumptions exist over there in that this might be leading to this or this might be leading to that. Whether these things are available then and they are acceptable or not, whether they can be really very much vague ones, and you are supposed to identify that whether these things are really very much acceptable or not. Example: comparing news articles from different countries on renewable energy policies helps. It highlights varied viewpoints and underlying assumptions. This practice strengthens analytical skills. As you know that we are having the issue of energy resources these days around the globe, and we are struggling for finding out the renewable energy resources, and we are really very much having the issue of using the non-renewable resources. They are proving really very fatal for the globe. So different newspapers are giving different viewpoints on energy crisis or energy resources. If you give the students certain news cuttings having the renewable energy resources issue discussed over there in that information, then students will be able to find out that what sort of perspectives are given over there and how these are varied from one another, of one newspaper with the another one. You can make the groups of the students to make them really very much aware of the issue and to finding out the many of the perspectives out of that one. Number two, out of those five, number two, that was the evaluate. So evaluation and synthesizing information, assess the credibility of the information. Is the source reliable or credible? Consider peer-reviewed research versus social media. Find out that here you can see in this given over here, two sorts of informations are in front of the student, and with the help of a magnifying glass, student is evaluating and synthesizing the information given in 1 and 2. So in this way, you will be able to exactly find out that if someone has given the information in one source, but that source is not really very much credible or reliable, but in some other document, you find really good information over there with really very credible source given. So it means that you have evaluated that this information in this one is better one in comparison with this one. So identify the bias. What potential biases are present? Think political, commercial, or cultural bias. You might be finding some biases over here, or you might be finding some biases over here. Identify those biases and just find out that which sort of bias is more affecting more the audience. If this one is affecting more, so it means that it should be discarded. But if this one is affecting less the audience, then you can have more reliability on this information. Then connect ideas. How do sources agree or contradict? Identify gaps information. At times we see that there are certain lapses in the information, and the information is vague and does not give the proper information in some sequence. There are certain gaps in the information. Find out that one, that whether those gaps are over here or those gaps are over here. Whichever has those gaps really very frequently, it means that that source or that information is not really very much reliable. So number 4, check evidence. Does the evidence logically support the claim? Look for fallacies, some mistaken belief given in the information, and that is misleading you regarding your own perspective. Find out that one, that which information is just guiding you in the wrong way. Find out that one. That would be the mistaken belief given over there, and that would be giving some wrong facts over there that might be leading you all of your information towards the wrong way, and your critical thinking might be diverted towards some other way. This skill focuses on assuming source credibility and identifying bias. It also involves connecting disparate ideas, for example, analyzing conflicting reports on foreign aid effectiveness. So that can be some activity you can be done regarding the foreign aid effectiveness for the countries. Interactive activity, what you can put in to create the this particular skill, the critical thinking skill among the students. Activity: analyze a short text or image in pairs, focus on them. Then task: what is the task? Identifying the stated claim and potential source bias. Note the evidence type and a verification question about that issued under discussion. So what you need to find out that identify the stated claim, then potential source bias, then evidence type and verification question, whether those things are available in that text or not, whether it is the image or it is the text or it is some news article, it is some research article, whatever. Ask the students to find out these out of that. Example prompt: breaking. New study shows consuming chocolate every day extends lifespan by 10 years. Source: Chococo Research Institute. So this is you can say an information given that some news came up that consuming more chocolate every day extends your life by 10 years. And it is the source by Chococo Research Institute. This activity challenges students to critically examine information. It helps them spot bias and verify facts. Discussion follows to share findings and analyze credibility of the information given. So there can be certain issues. At it is the company which is only researching on chocolate. So this company surely wants that there should be the more consumption of chocolate to increase the profit of that company for the sake of selling more and more chocolate, as people might be believing that consuming more chocolate would be increasing their lifespan. So this is how you can say that the potential bias is there, or vested interest is also really very much visible in this information. So I believe that this is not really very much credible source. Now part 3 out of those 5, reflection and communicating findings. So develop perspective from your own reasoned view supported by analyzed evidence of the information. You are supposed to build up your own perspective out of this information you have got. You will be able to find out that whether the information is reliable or not, whether the information is credible or not, whether the information has the potential bias over there, whether the information has vested interest over there, whether the given facts are can be easily checked with multiple sources to make or to feel that those facts are correct. Then compare conclusions. How do your findings align with initial perspective? Before the beginning of that information, if I tell you that what was your point of view regarding using more chocolate, your perspective was that if you consume more and more chocolate, you might be getting diabetes, right? But at the end of the research or analyzing whole of that information given, you find out that after consuming more and more chocolate, the lifespan increases. So it means that your perspective changed. Your perspective changed, and this is how you are able to having a different perspective now on that issue. Acknowledge limitation. Identify gaps in your analysis or available information. Do find out that what things were there which lapses your knowledge, which were the loopholes over there in your analysis while analyzing that information given. Next one, that is the present clearly, craft arguments persuasively for your audience. Now, just whatever you have got, make some sensible, logical bullet points or some outline to explain to the audience, so that whatever you are saying, that should be understandable for each and every one. That would be making your argument over there regarding that issue in front of the audience. This skill involves developing a personal, reasoned perspective. It also covers presenting findings clearly. For instance, crafting a balanced argument on genetic engineering ethics. So this is how the things are, that you will be having really very strong argument with you if you have all those analysis skills with you. Interactive activity. Global dilemma debate. You can create this sort of debate in the classroom, giving the students with some global issue like global dilemma. What is that? Scenarios. Should governments prioritize national economic growth over international environmental agreements? What should be the priority of the governments? Whether national income growth or the international environmental agreements? Two things. So bring the debate in front of the students so that they might be discussing the different scenarios on this one, whether it would be better for the government to develop the internal economy of the country, or must be relying on the international environmental agreements. This would, I mean, if a country wants to develop the economy, definitely the country needs to develop the industry. But on the basis of the developing industry, there might be certain environmental issues and concerns. So, and they may not be aligned with the global environmental agreements. So what the government needs to do, whether to to slow down the pace of industrialization or to increase the industrialization with certain preventive measures so that there should be the minimum environmental damage. Then the task, what the students would do: divide the students into two groups, argue for economic growth or environmental agreements. So it means that that would be the, you can say, the debate among the students on these two contradictory issues. Instructions. What instructions you are supposed to give to the student? Present three key arguments with evidence. Students are supposed to give some three key arguments and must be presenting the evidence related to those arguments so that those arguments can easily be defended. Anticipate and address counter arguments. Find out that what can be the otherwise, if this thing is happening, what can be the other negative impact out of that one. So students are supposed to find out that one as well. So conclude with a reasoned position and giving some sort of solution to this whole of the debate, that if what can be done by keeping both, I mean the economic growth and the environmental agreements side by side. That can be really a good, you can say, winding up situation of the whole of the debate. Students engage in a mini debate on global issue. This activity encourages using critical analysis to present and counter arguments. It debrief on complexity and effective use of critical arguments. So this is how the things would be, that they would be having analysis, effectiveness of the arguments and the critical analysis skills developed among them. So concluding it, your path to global perspectives mastery. Recap: critical analysis is key to IGCSE success. Key takeaways: practice identifying, evaluation, synthesizing, and communication. 4 stages. Next steps: apply these skills across all course components, 3 components: written exam, individual report, and team project. Empowerment: your analytical ability extends beyond this course and you will be having the greater sort of knowledge in your mind regarding the global issue. Critical analysis is the cornerstone of IGCSE Global Perspectives Mastery. Continually practice these skills for success. Refer to the Cambridge IGCSE Global Perspectives 0457 syllabus for criteria. Your critical analysis ability will serve you far beyond this course, and you will be having this skill for the rest of your lives. And this is what we have today. Connect with me for more resources. My email address, my contact numbers, and my social media platforms are with you. Do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks, as Raja Umar speaks for you. Up till now, this is over from my side. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.